Well, hello and welcome to Outdoors for Adventure. In this video, we're going to be putting together a sofa that my wife ordered off of Amazon. In these 3 boxes, the other one's over here, is a sofa. This is the original sofa that we bought from Ashley's furniture store. This is a sleeper bed sofa, and this has been one of the most uncomfortable couches I think we've ever had. So being that we spent a pretty good amount of money on this sofa, Ashley decided we had nothing to lose trying to purchase an Amazon sofa. So we moved this one out into our sunroom. I thought I would just set a camera up and kind of walk y'all through the process. Excuse mess in here, I'll just kind of move stuff around. See what all is in these boxes. There's 3 boxes. The biggest box was like 90 pounds. The other box over here was, I'm not seeing a weight on it. Oh, here we go, 55 pounds. And this one here was 33 pounds. We got a letter. I'll read that here in a little bit. I just want to see what all's in these boxes. I see the feet, and they are actually, they look just like the feet that's on that couch out there. They're plastic. Which those feet held up fine, so I'm sure these will be just fine. So I'm just going to kind of put all the stuff out of there. There's going to be a bunch of them because this is in separate pieces. So there's like, it's the sofa or a love seat, but there's going to be like a chair, a center console, another chair, an ottoman, and an ottoman. And it's going to be a kind of corduroy material, and we chose a green color. We are planning on repainting the room here, so everything will match once we're done. It looks like this is the center console. I ain't got all the legs out yet though, or all the feet. I said there's going to be quite a few of those. That's the last one there. We got the, on the bottom here is your USB plug, and it's Velcro to the bottom. I'm going to flip this over and pour this out. And this is the center of the couch. Well, we got a bunch of dry packs with it. These are the cup holders. They're wrapped in plastic. Looks like you could put a bigger cup or use these for a smaller cup. You got 3 USB plugs right here. That nice soft material. This is a storage compartment. And we have some more feet probably for this. And then this will be the here's the bolts. And as you can see here, there's a little slide thing that this looks like it will slide on. Just like that. And like I said, basically, let me get this box out of here. This will be the center of the couch. We still have to put the legs on the bottom. That'll raise it up about like this. But there's also metal hooks right here that when we get the chair sections, they'll slide down to hold this together. Let's look at the bottom. Got the nut certs for the legs to screw into. It's wood. It's completely lined with this black material. I don't know. Go ahead and just run this out back. So that's the center thing. We'll leave it upside down because we'll be putting feet on it. Now let's open this big box right here. Hopefully, everything is here. It said that there would be 3 boxes, and we did receive 3 boxes. I'm going to say this is going to be 2 bottoms. So I'm going to do the same with that other box. Is I'm going to flip this box over and just kind of lift this box off the top of this. And get this box out of here. Nothing else in it. So FedEx delivered us a couch. Bunch more of these packs. I actually keep these things and put them in my pop-up camper. I figured there would be 2 bases here. Looks like they're strapped together. Might be, I'm not sure what this is. Okay, it's the bottom. So this is the cushion, and it looks like we have a mattress that we ordered, also delivered UPS, I believe, and it come rolled in about this big around, and when you unroll it and you take it out of that bag, it expands, and it's some type of foam. And when we bought that bed, I was also skeptical about a foam bed mattress, and I saw it sitting on the edge and just kind of sliding off because the weight would push it down and wouldn't hold you up, and just, you know, the foam didn't have enough strength to keep it shape. Boy, was I wrong. that is the most comfortable mattress that we've ever had. I can sit on the edge of the bed, you know, pull my pants on, tie my shoes, whatever I happen to be doing. And, you know, it goes down a little bit, but it's still enough firmness that you're not going to slide off the edge of the bed. And we love that mattress. So I feel confident that once we get this out of this bag and it gets its air, it's going to thicken up some. And I could be wrong, I'm not sure, but I think that's the way that's going to work. If not, I don't think they would be sealed like they are. It's like everything is made like that. So that's going to be for, looks like all that's for one side. This is your base. You have your hose for your legs, more of these to interlock into those, I take it. We have a spring bottom here, spring, completely wrapped with dust cloth. So this side has the metal brackets, this side just has holes. So I'm going to assume this will be the one that goes on this side. Keep all that together. This will be the one that goes on this side. I'm taking it. I'm not sure. We'll see. We will see. And then this looks like the back, maybe. Oh yes, this is the back. And it adjusts, so you can lean it back a little bit if you want to. But there's two backs. Now, it was $200 to have this shipped. And I think we got it on sale for $369. So if it turns out to be decent, anything at all, that's pretty doggone cheap. Something to sit on. It's also supposed to turn into a bed. You know, I do have my skepticism still, even after seeing what I've seen, because I don't know how this is going to turn out. But we have one more box. And yeah, that, I don't know. We're just going to have to open this box and see what we got. And I may have to read some instructions. You know, to figure it all out. Let's see what we got here. These are the Ottomans. I'll do the same thing. We're going to just dump everything out of the box. Packs. Let's see. these are the, well, I'm not sure what it is. They really put some thought into packing this stuff. Everything seems to fit in each other. This is the, see the inserts, the zerks here. That's because these are the arms. And realize this is upside down. But this will bolt like that. And then this is going to be the stool, I think. This would be the arm of the couch to this side. And then the other Ottoman. So that's everything out of the boxes. It comes with this literature here. It's not easy to meet each other in such a big world. Thank you for your purchase. If you encounter any issues, please contact our support team. It's here to help. Email and text. Provide the information when you contact us. You need the purchase order number and platform, the details of the problems, response in 24 hours, return policy, save time and money, don't return it without contacting us, don't open all packages if returning. Well, you gotta open the packages to see that everything's gonna go together. Use original package for return, we'll keep all that. For quality issues, provide images and videos and quick solution within 24 hours. And easy installation help. Scan this barcode for instructions. But it also has part sheet here. Then it has some instructions. On both sides. All right. So, first thing I think I'm going to do, let's see what this says, dude. Step 1, the writing is so small that I'm going to have to use magnifying glass to see it. So I'm going to go read this and then I'll be back. I'm going to pause y'all. Okay, basically, it says to install the armrest. And then you install the backrest. After, you do like I did and remove all these cushions. Just going to dump everything in this chair. There's your plug for your USB ports. You got long bolts, Allen wrench, and you have a bunch of short bolts, washers with another Allen wrench with them. And that's all I'm seeing. Long bolts, short bolts with washers. So, it's said to install the backrest. We know this is an armrest. And then I have another armrest here. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, these are the back. So let's flip this over the way it would actually be. I think we can. Those are threaded. Let's see where the threads are. The threads are in these, so we have to come in to the inside of this and screw into the backrest. So we're going to leave it down like this. Well, that's going to be hard to do with this facing the right way. Fold that like that. So that's going to screw into this. Basically, it's got to go like this. So it's going to be these short bolts with washers, I'm sure. Washer, shorter bolt. And then we'll go through the wood and line it up with this threaded we got that one started. We got the washer and the bolt. We'll come over here, find the hole. I'm going to start it. Looks like this is the way to do it. Okay. There you go, do it like that. I'm going to start this one. And there's going to be two more. Bolt, washer. So far, everything's lining up. Bolt, washer. I don't even know if I'm in range there. Let me move this stuff around once I start this one. Okay. Move this like out the way. Cup holders come out, so we're just going to leave them on the table for now. See if I can move this. So I've got 4 of those bolts started. So this is the back of the couch. There's 4 threaded SERPs in that. grab my bolts. 4 bolts, 4 washers. Bolt, washer. Let's see if we can get this lined up here. Should have got my Allen wrench too. See if that'll sit there for a minute. Allen wrench. Crawling around in the floor here. See if this will help start this a little easier. Oh yeah. Now this would be easier if you got your ratchet set out. But we're going to see if we can put together what they provided. Okay, let's go ahead and put these other 2 in. According to the website, these support 500 pounds. So I believe I've got all these started. Tighten them up. Definitely be easier with a ratchet. one thing about using this small Allen wrench, I would think it would keep you from really over tightening and messing up your zerks that's in the wood. We got this pretty tight. Check these. Get in there. There we go. Now, sometimes you don't really want to tighten everything up until you get it all together. I'm going to hope that that's not the case. Okay. The back is on this one. I'm going to tighten up these, but I'm not going to film me doing it. Okay, so I've got the backs tight to the seats. 4 bolts and washers per side, so 8 in total. Next thing they said do was to put the arms on. Let's see. Pretty sure this is an arm, and I just found more. More cushions. They really thought out how to pack this stuff together. Lay that there. Go ahead and get the one out of this one because I see it too. You can see it in there. It's in there. There we go. All right. Nothing else is in there. This is the arm, and it's going to bolt there. This one will bolt there. Starting to look like a couch. I'm going to use the same bolts and washers and the same Allen wrench. It's already over here. And we'll do this one first. Bolt washer. 4 holes. Say we line up this bottom one first. Looks like we're going to have to lift it. Per chance. Would my toe be high enough? Got that one started. Let's see if we can get a top one up here. Get that started. Start those two. We got them all started, so everything lined up. Tighten them all up. I'll do like I did the other, when I put the backs on. I'm not going to record me putting that arm on because it's going to be the exact same as what this is right now. It's just on the other end. Get that in there. So, if you had something you needed to hide, you could have a hidden compartment in the arm of these couches. This black dust material goes all the way up in there. I see a staple right here that's not all the way in there, and one right there that's not all the way in. I have a staple gun. I may go ahead and put my own staples in there since it looks like they're supposed to be. So all it's doing is holding this black material up in there, but I want it to stay up there. I'd say we're pretty tight. One more test. That was on there. Sound a little bit. Show you what it looks like so far. I said these can recline back. So I'm going to do this one and then we'll get on to the next step. Alright peoples, I have both the arms and the backs bolted on. And from what I'm seeing, these are going to slide we'll have to deal with that. I'm not sure how that slides together. I know that these are going to slide into that center console. But I think the only thing we're going to have left is put the legs on. I'm pretty sure that's what all these bolts are for. cushions out of the way. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be 4 for each one of those. It'll be 4 for this one. Have these round ones. There's 4 of them. These bolts are in there are going to be for that center console because there's only 4 of them. So for the Ottomans, there's going to be 8. So there should be 4 for this Ottoman, and then the other 4 for this Ottoman. So let's flip this back up. And see how these they go up in there. We have a pretty long Allen wrench here. Find the hole. Get this started and line that up. I got that started. Oh, yeah. And you're tightening up. There's a little plastic edge inside there. So you really don't want to go too overly tight. Just snug them up, but they don't pivot, rotate. But that's one leg on. I may have to lift this up just a little bit. I'll just use my toe again. Get it started and just hold it on there square until you get them tight, snug. There's 2 on. Basically, as far as visually seeing the hardware that they included, once we get these legs screwed on, that's all the assembly. You know, the rest of it is just going to slide together, and I'll know more about that when we get to it. Now, it's not about build quality. From what I'm seeing, and what I'm going to compare it to is going to be that couch that we paid all that money for from Ashley's. This is built basically the same way, out of the same thickness of wood, the same materials. This is different than that out there. I would assume that material that's on that couch out there is a better material than what this material is. This is a lot softer as far as feeling better. But I do think that that material on that couch I showed you at the beginning is more durable. There's 3 springs in these seats, and I'm taking it that they think that's enough. I would prefer having more in there, but until we get it together and we start using it and see how it holds up, you know, we're not going to know. It may be just fine. Okay, those legs there are on. Now, when we put the cushions on, it's going to raise it up some, but my first thought is this sucker's going to be low to the ground. It's supposed to be 1 inch lower to the ground than that couch out there though. So, I could be wrong. It may be just as high, within 1 inch of that couch out there. I do know that this stuff can really expand. We're talking, our mattress was maybe that thick when we got it. When we unrolled it, it's about that thick. It's that thick now. No lie. So comfortable. Best bed we've ever had. Had it for over a year, and you would think, well, after you lay on it a while, it'll keep your body shape and it won't pop back into place. It's not so. So far, it's just as comfortable as the day we bought it. And that's one reason, because of that mattress, that I wasn't too skeptical as far as the mattress, the cushions on this. My skepticism on these couches is at this part here, the durability of how the frame is built. And like I said, after seeing it, I think it's just as good as the one I got from Ashley, or we got from Ashley. And these legs are basically the same design as the legs that was on that Ashley couch. And we paid, I forgot what exactly we paid for, but it was way more than what this thing costs. $369 for a couch. Heck, them recliners right there was over $1,000. Probably. I know that's not really expensive furniture for a lot of folks. I spent $1,000 to sit in a chair. To me, that's a lot of money. Okay. 2 more legs, and then we can move to the Ottoman. I mean the center console. That one's so much forward. Was it those before? Yeah, it was. Oh, I see. The arms were wide. You want bolt nuts here? Actually, there's enough bolts to put the legs on those. Step 4, install the legs on this. Bolts already in these. That's big. All right, those legs are on there. Looks like upside down. No. Like this. Oh. Okay. It went right in there. See this one. I thought maybe one of them was upside down. No, it's right in there. So let's see if I left enough room, see if I can push. Oh, what did I do with that? I may need an extension cord to plug my USB cable in it. Don't think it's gonna reach that one or that one. I do have an extension cord here. I need to unplug all that. Okay. Probably better to push this back. Now, this part here, I'm not sure about. I'm thinking it's not catching. Wait a minute. Okay. All the way forward, you go all the way down, and then it'll catch where you want it. But if you go all the way back, and I'm thinking that this cushion's going to be about this tall, it adds room to lay down. So if you push it all the way back against the wall, you're not going to be able to take this all the way down. I'm not sure we'll be reclining down anyway. So, before I put the feet on the stools, I'm interested to see how thick these cushions are going to get. Seat cushion, 2 pieces. Back cushion, 2 pieces. Stool cushion, 2 pieces. And my wife is home, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these cushions out of these bags and let them start expanding. So I'm not going to film all that, but cushions out of bags, we're going to let it expand. We'll pick back up after they're expanded. Okay, you can see how much these have already swelled up, and they were the same thickness as what this is. And we got about an inch here, and they're not done yet, so we just cut them out of the bag. I pulled them out as fast as I could before they started expanding too much, but you can always cut the bag more if you need to. See, it's already expanding. I'm thinking, oh, this may be this is the Ottoman cushion. So there's 2 of those. So that would be the Ottoman. I'm thinking the backs I've already got out of the bag. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've already taken the backs out. And then we have pillows, zippers. You can take the out and wash all this. Not sure how you want to place those. So this is the couch part. I said it's still got to fluff up some, and we'll get back with you when everything is fully expanded. The only thing I'm going to do is put the feet on the ottomans, and these are the cushions for the ottomans. They'll be right here, and then we'll get back with you. Okay guys, I got the first ottoman together. Thought I'd go ahead and let y'all watch me put the legs on this other ottoman. Basically it's the same as the couch itself. You have your bolt, Allen key, plastic legs, line up your toe and your leg, square it up, and just put the bolt snugly. Don't have to be real tight. You help me really? As you can see, I've already got both of the cushions out of the plastic, and they are expanding. don't see any loose staples holding the material in on this piece here. More leg. This was pretty simple install. There was nothing hard about putting none of this together, and there really wasn't much to it to put together. Everything lined up, all the hose lined up. I had no issues with that. Alright, those legs are on. Now, something you may not know or is what you want to do to keep these cushions from sliding around is you want to go ahead and pull this material off this Velcro. This is trash now. But that will help your cushion. Let's see, how did I put that one on? I guess it matters. I'm going to put it right here just like this. And just line it, square it up the best you can. And then that keeps that cushion from sliding around on this Ottoman. Looks like I need to line it up a little better. See, it holds pretty good. And that's your Ottomans together. And I'm sure that everything's still expanding. I forgot how long it took our mattress that we got like this to expand, but I mean, it was quite a while before it reached its full potential. But there is double, I call it love seat. I think they call it a Chaser lounge with the center console. You have your dual small cup holders, so you can take these, just leave them out. You have bigger holders here. There's your three. It's actually two of the bigger USB ports and one of the modern smaller ones. I forgot what it's called. Then you have your storage in here. These backs can recline if you want. I'm thinking that that's better there. Oh yeah. But if you want to recline these, you have to keep it out away from the wall so you can push the back all the way down, and then you click it as you come up to set your angle. I don't know how much we'll use that part of it. You could flip these around this way, and you have enough room that you could sleep on these. So it's still not completely expanded. It is a little bit lower to the ground than our other couch was. There's plenty of depth in the seat. I do wish it was just a little bit higher, but for $369 and then $200 shipping, that's $569 for this. I think it's a pretty good deal. We'll see how it holds up. I mean, it is comfortable. It's more comfortable than the expensive couch we bought from Ashley's furniture store. So I hope this helped. If y'all are thinking about buying an Amazon couch, I'll give more details about what brand this is and exactly the link. If if you want to go check this out and get it in different colors. But that's it. I just thought, hadn't seen nobody put one of these together. So now when I get this up on YouTube, hopefully it'll help somebody. Have a good day. Adios. Okay, everybody, this is the complete setup. Another hours went by or so since I've had the cushions out of the bags. The backs and the pillows, you can tell they're a little bit fluffier now. And the bottoms come up a little bit. I don't know if they're going to continue to come up any. But comparing this to the couch we had, well, hang on. Okay, this couch here, from the floor to where you sit, is 19 inches. This couch, from the floor to where you sit, is 17.5 inches. Now, what I'm going to tell you is when you sit on our other couch that's 19 inches, the cushions sink down more than what these cushions sink down. So even though this is lower to the ground from the start, by the time you sink down in the cushions on that other couch, you're sitting the same height as you would in this couch. So the 1.5 inch difference really isn't an 1.5 inch difference by the time you sit down, because the cushions on this couch is firmer, feels better than the cushion on the other couch. So there is a 1.5 inch difference in height, seat height. Online it said it was 18 inches. I measure 17.5. I don't foresee getting 1.5 inch more height out of these cushions. In fact, this is probably where they're going to be. Maybe it'll surprise me, I don't know. But for the money and for how easy it was to put together, shipped right to the door, the material is really soft. At this point in time, I'm happy with it. The wife is happy with it. We're going to use this. We're going to see how it holds up. So don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and then later on down the road, we'll let you know how this thing's holding up for us. Have a good one.